Hi everybody, Simon here from Thailand-Bound. Welcome to the new live stream for this week. Hope you're all okay. Um, you notice I'm alone at the moment, so Peter should be with us shortly. Good news, he's just gone out for his second jab, so he'll be back once he's got that. So hopefully he'll be with us in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, unless something's happened to him. But yeah, so got to say hello to everyone. Hopefully some of you do know me. I'm Simon. I know I'm not on here as much as Peter, but hopefully you know, you don't get too bored of me. I'm still new to the stream, so breaking into it gently. Got to say a few hellos. Hi to everyone who's already here. Magnum Holm, hi from the Philippines. Mazza, hi, glad you didn't forget us. Who we got? Sean, hi Sean. I am Till, hi again. Nice to see you as normal. Just a comment from Sean. Great animation earlier. Did make me smile. Did Peter do the female voice? Yeah, he didn't, but yeah, maybe next time we'll try to get him doing the female voice. But if you haven't seen it yet, then hopefully you'll have a chance. We've just uploaded a new animation, which is something adding to the story. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. A little bit of fun. Um, while I'm on, before we did get into everything, just wanted to say hi to a few new members. So we've got some new members joined us. Texas Dave, Christopher Doyle, and Franco DeRosa. So thanks for that, guys. Really appreciate that. Thanks for joining up with us. Let me put that up there. So yeah, so hopefully you can see that. Oh yeah, thanks to that, Mazzy. Yeah, you might have noticed I've had a bit of a haircut. It's a bit drastic, I know, but it was a Sunday afternoon, and I really needed a haircut. So I said to my son, "What shall I do?" And he said, "I'll do it for you, Dad." And this is what I ended up with. So I think I'm going a little bit bald on top there. Maybe next time I need to go the full hog and get rid of it all, I reckon. Bald eagle. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Thanks. But yeah, so how's everybody out there? Where are you? How's it all going where you are? Um, not sure if you've been keeping up with the updates of Thailand, of the current situation. So not great for us number wise at the moment, but the Thai government have said that they're going to still open up the country. So hopefully Phuket is going to be reopening up in July. So they're still aiming for that. So you can go and spend, as long as you've got a health certificate to give you the all clear negative test, then you can actually head to Phuket in July. And then Krabi district, they've announced that they're going to follow up with that as well. So that will mean you can go to some of the southern places, Koh Lanta, PP, Ao Nang, those sort of places. So fingers crossed, that'll carry on and people will stick to that. Quick hi to where's that? Paul Harrison. Yes, lawnmower. Yeah, I think so. I've been run over by a lawnmower. Hi, and Aaron. Hi from Dumfries in Scotland. CP family, stay with the hair. Thanks for that. Grow it long like Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. On tour from New Zealand. Hi, and what's that? Too many men join the Baldy gang too early. Yeah. I was actually debating whether to go all the way and just do a skinhead and shave it all off, but I think I'm down to about 5 mil at the minute, so it's not too bad. Fitzy, Peter, not going to be on camera tonight. Yes, Peter, if you just joined us, Peter will be here shortly, I hope. He's gone to have his second jab. So, as you know, he's in the UK. He's gone to one of these drive-throughs, which seems, crazy. Good, the fact that you can go and have a drive-through and have your jab. So he's gone there, and hopefully he'll be joining us shortly. Tilt. How long did the animation take? Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Took quite a while. Took about a week to do the animation. Thought we'd try it out, see how the reaction was. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. Don't know how many of you have actually seen it yet, but let us know your comments. You know, if you enjoyed it, which, you know, we got quite a few comments. Lots of people said they did. So there will be a continuation. There'll be part 2, sequel, and some twists to the plot, and also some of the other stories. We got some of them, you know, turning into the cartoon as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So yes, anyway, I was just going to give you carry on with some of these updates. So Thailand have said they're going to be starting the vaccinations hopefully within about 10 days, and they're hoping to do between 8 and 10,000 a day, which is great. And then the good news for some of the expats here, they have said that they will include expats in the you know, in all the jabs this time. At some point they did say they weren't going to, but now they are, so good for all of us. So how about you guys? Have you all had yours yet? I don't know what it's like back in your home countries, wherever you are. The UK and everywhere seems to be doing really well at the moment. I saw on the news, what was it? The Brit Awards went ahead, and these pop concerts were all going ahead. So that looks really good. Looked really busy on the ones I saw. Hard tulip. Well done, Peter, for having the second jab. The girlfriend in Thailand not being able to leave England is making us argue on WhatsApp. Yeah, that's it. I know the feeling. Getting stuck together. All right, so I've got the thumbs up from Peter. So he's actually with us now. So hi.
Can you hear me?
Cool, yes, I can hear you. Yes, yes.
Cool, I just got back.
So yeah, you survived the second jab then?
No, the girl, the nurse or whatever you want to call him, she said, has anything happened since your first jab? I felt like saying, well, my dick hasn't fallen off yet, but I didn't.
You didn't check it then?
No, unfortunately. Right. How you going? How you doing? Oh, I didn't get a chance to tell you. I watched your cartoon video this morning. It was really good.
Oh yeah, well,
puts my boring videos to shame. Yeah, it was good.
We've had quite a few positive comments, so that's good. And you know,
yeah, it was good. I watched it. It was funny. Yeah,
we'll do a part 2 and a continuation.
Ah, you look good. Come over here. It was very good.
That was some of the comments. Yeah, quite a few people said they loved Nat's voice. So
yeah, I liked it. That's what made it actually. I'm just trying to get you up on my tablet here, so I'll keep talking. But
I think with the voice, that was the thing. It reminds you, you know, I'm sure we've all been there and listened to the you know, the ladies here in Thailand and their speech. So yeah.
Are you going to do a follow-up video? What was his name? Dave, wasn't it?
Dave and Nat, yes, yeah.
Dave and Nat, yeah. No, it was very good. I thought it was good.
Yeah. So
have you said hello to everyone?
Yeah, I've said hello to most people. Right. SS, need to raise the microphone for the guy in Thailand. Okay, I'll try to do that. Hopefully that'll come up a bit.
What's that, yours?
Yeah,
you are a bit low. Am I all right?
Yeah, you're coming through nice and loud.
That's my new one. Right, settle down. Hang on. Have I got you here?
Turn mine up a bit, I hope. Hopefully that's a bit better, is it?
So how was your first live stream alone? You all right?
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, you know, I'm sure, you know, I don't know if many of you out there do live streams or anything, but it's actually quite nerve-wracking. You know, before you go live and you see people waiting, and then you go live and you know people are watching. So yeah, it's quite nervous.
But is it like I said to you, where it's the anticipation what makes you nervous, and not the actual stream itself?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, you get that nervousness, and then I suppose when you start, you know, you get used to it again, and doesn't really you forget then, don't you? You just start talking. Oh.
Yeah.
And
okay, Sean says your mic's better now.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that, Sean.
Tilt says it's okay. Right.
that
What's been?
a
Are we
personalised
are we doing the question and answer thing again today, or are we not doing that today? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see what everyone says. If they want it, they will do it. If they don't want it, we won't do it. If you remember last week, we did. Simon's got 5 questions. I got 5 questions. We have got them prepared, but I don't know if you want to hear them or we'll see what the comments are, what the chat says. If you want to do it, we'll do it.
For sure. Yeah. Hi, Texas
Texas.
Dave. Nice to see you. I did mention you also as well earlier. If you've just joined us, so thanks to the new members, Texas Dave, Christopher.
Got 3 now.
Yeah. Well, hey, 3, good.
Yeah.
But what's been happening at your end then? Anything exciting over there?
Me? No, you can't do anything because it's all week. It's like sunny, then it rains, and it's sunny, then it rains, and you just can't do anything. So I've been concentrating on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, same here. I'm just
looking at it now.
It's been really, I don't know, the last few days in Bangkok, it's been really heavy rain, storms. Today, I mean, about 20 minutes ago, it was absolutely chucking it down. And where I live in the little village, there was about half a meter of water there, so that was fun coming through. So yeah, but normally it's not rainy yet.
Awful weather in the UK. Yeah, they said we're going to have some nice weather in a couple of weeks, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I think we'll just do this question and answer thing, shall we?
Yeah, can do. Yeah. I mean, like you say, we've got our questions and answers of people that have sent in.
Do you want to do the introduction? While we do them? Well, all right, I'll do it.
Give me a chance there.
No. You know, like I said to you last week when I said that the questions we get, sometimes we don't always answer them. So if we get the same question several times, then obviously we'll.
No, I'm sorry. I just saw Paul's comment. He says, "You English are always talking about the weather." Came in there last week. Well,
what else?
Yeah, but I tell you, isn't that funny though? I mean, just on that, English people when they meet, they normally always talk about the weather. It's like, oh yeah, it was raining. Thai people, I don't know what you guys' experience is, but Thai people when they first meet people, their normal thing is about your weight. So it's like, oh, you look so fat. Oh, you're so thin now. You know. They don't even bother about the weather. It's just, are you overweight?
Is that Thai to Thai?
No, Thai to foreigners, Thai to Thai. Normally, they're like, "Oh, you look so fat," or "Oh, you look thin now." They don't. English is the weather. Thais is the weight.
Yeah, but in the UK, it's not. People don't really want to. They don't really want to talk about the weather. It's just an icebreaker, isn't it? So you meet someone, and say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" "Oh, it looks like it's going to rain today." It's just, it just stops that awkward silence, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I suppose so. Huh.
All right. So, do you want to kick off with the first one then?
Yeah. Okay. So, just as a lot of just in case you don't know, like Peter said, we do get people sending questions, and we said we'll pick out 5 each week to read out and give our opinion. They're not always 100% correct, but it's just our opinion. So if you do have any, let us know. And same if you got any others, add them in the comments. So my first one that someone asked me asked us, where do you think the best place to live in Thailand is? And then they said, Phuket. So where do you think is the best place? So I mean, I don't know about you, but for me personally, I mean, Bangkok for me, I love Bangkok. I mean, I've lived in Phuket. I was in Phuket for about 3 years. I've spent a lot of time in Kanchanaburi and also Hua Hin, and obviously I've got friends up in northern Thailand. But for me personally, I love Bangkok because I just love the hustle and bustle and the excitement of it, and just every day seeing something different. But I think that's one of them things that depends on what style of life you prefer. Phuket is great, but I think it's quite expensive. If you like the beach, Pattaya, obviously Pattaya is the one of the busiest entertainment places. Hua Hin for me is one of my favorite places. So there you get a slightly maybe older class of expat living there. There's lots of golf clubs, lots of nice restaurants. You don't have all the bars and pubs like you do in Pattaya, although there are some. So I mean, if you do want that, you can go there. Yeah, so for me, I would say Bangkok, Hua Hin are my first two choices. And then if you want something, you know, a lot quieter, then you go up to the north. Buriram is very popular. Udon Thani, Khon Kaen. I mean, you were in Khon Kaen for a while, weren't you, Pete? What do you reckon?
2 years, but it will have changed so much now, because when I was there, it was just trying to think when it was now. I think it was a year 2000. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. I only got off camera a minute. Oh dear. Oh, it's a pollen, you know. I suffer it. I'll probably sneeze another 10 times. If I do, I'll go out. No, Khon Kaen's probably changed a lot now. I was there in 2000 for about 2 years. No, it was before there. Hang on. No, it was, yeah, was it? No, it was about 97, wasn't it? 97. And it will have changed a lot, because Khon Kaen is one of the 4 big cities in Isan, as you know. And I've told people have told me it's changed a lot, but it wasn't my favorite place in Thailand, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I was just looking there. Kanchanaburi is from Dave Andrew. It's only 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's why I love Hua Hin and Kanchanaburi. Like you say, it's 2 hours from Bangkok. It's a really easy drive. The roads are pretty good now, although they are digging it up at the moment. And Kanchanaburi, if you love the jungle and the country and the river, then that's great. And Hua Hin, they've got the national park not far from there, which is called Gangajan, which you know, borders what's it, Burma, or not Burma, the other side. Anyway, it's really a nice area. So for me, those two places. Hua Hin is a dream to live and play golf every second day. That's David Quaith. Yeah, I mean, Hua Hin, you've got some really quite famous golf clubs there. I'm not a huge golfer, but you've got, I think it's Black Canyon, something like that, a few others. So yeah, if you're into golf, definitely Hua Hin. So yeah, that's my first question. Hopefully, in my opinion, Bangkok, Hua Hin, Kanchanaburi.
I think it's worth mentioning, though. You say you like Bangkok. You're not living in Sukhumvit, are you? You're living about half an hour, 20-minute train ride out the centre. So you haven't got the same sort of pollution and high prices like you've got in the sort of touristy areas, have you?
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's the thing for me. I mean, you know, if you're a single guy and you're living in Bangkok, then yeah, you maybe want to be in all the action in Sukhumvit or Silom or wherever, or On Nut. On Nut is a very popular place now because it's, you know, just up the
rents are lower, aren't they?
BTS, and it's lower. But you know, for me, with a family, I'm out of the centre of Bangkok. I've got, you know, a fairly nice house which is detached with a garden, got lots of play areas, and you know, it's a lot.
Well, I know I've been there, haven't I?
Yeah, I know you have, but everyone out there hasn't yet.
Just
oh yeah, Chiang Mai. Yeah, of course, that's one of the places.
You don't want to be there now with all the fires and smoke and stuff.
That's the thing, yeah. Heavy pollution. That's the problem.
Let me just say hello to these last few comments. Not hello, but so hard tulip. Chiang Mai totally different to Pattaya bars. Yeah, David played at Black Mountain 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. CP family. Yeah, no, I wouldn't like let it all go on camera. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's my first question. What's your first question then?
I haven't got any today.
Peter.
I haven't got any today. No, okay. You know, most of the questions, I don't know why, because okay, let me just read the question. So my first question, this is one I get very often. It says, which is the best, in my opinion, which is the best entertainment area, Patpong, Soi Cowboy, or Nana-Plaza? So, I suppose only somebody who's not been there would ask that, but I've had it a few times. So for me, Patpong is a kind of has-been. It's worth visiting for the market, but I think the bars they're not good at all. The go-go bars and the regular bars. I just think it's seen its best days in the 70s and 80s, and I just wouldn't go there. I only go there to meet you because it's the halfway point, isn't it, on the train? And out of the other two, Nana and Soi Cowboy, I think they're both good for different reasons, but personally I prefer Cowboy because I like the early scene there where you sit in the bars outside. Tilak Bar, which I've mentioned lots of times, they do a good happy hour. And yeah, I mean, just for me, I mean, it depends how old you are. And if you're a young guy, you're sort of 25, you'll want to go around go-go bars in Nana. I'm not really into go-go bars too much these days. I prefer sort of not quiet places, but places where you can talk to someone, not have to sit there like that.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Sean says, I wonder why they asked Peter the Monger question. Yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know why. Do I look like some kind of a monger? I get all these sort of questions. I got more later.
That's why I was just laughing. I saw that pop up and it just made me chuckle.
Yeah.
So,
hi, Franco.
Hi, Franco. We did give you a shout out at the start, in case you missed it. Thanks for the membership.
Better give him another one just in case you did miss it. Let me find it. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. So is that the end of your second question?
Yeah, really, unless anybody wants to comment on that. I mean, it's just, for me, it's Cowboy and Nana. Obviously, Patpong's had its day. I don't know, maybe
Patpong, I think, is good if you want to go look at the market, Sukhumvit.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sukhumvit around, like you say, Nana, they used to have all the stalls up and down where you could buy all the, the T-shirts and the DVD. Not that anyone buys DVDs now, but T-shirts and all the
other on cassettes.
Clothing. But Patpong has obviously got the big market right in the middle, and that's always busy, and it's one of the places that's always publicized a lot more. So yeah. All right, my second question. Where is that? Right? Is it easy to get a job in Thailand? Well, I mean, that's a hard no. Yes and no. It's actually very difficult to get a job in Thailand. I mean, if you want to come and work in Thailand and you're looking to get a job like, I don't know, for example, working in a hotel or engineering or that sort of thing, construction, all of that, very difficult. Yeah, banking, all that. So if you're working for an international company in another part of the world and they've got offices in Thailand and that's opening up, then that's very, probably the easiest way to get over. But if you're thinking of jumping on a plane, coming over here and applying for a job, definitely not very easy. One, it's very hard for them to employ expats because the salary, there's a minimum salary that they have to meet, which is a lot higher than Thais. They have to do all the paperwork, work permits, etc. And also, to be honest, the level of salary is a lot lower than you'd get somewhere else for, I mean, I'll give you a typical example, a hotel general manager, if you're working for a big chain like the Sheraton, Sofitel, a core group and all of that, you may be up there in 200, 300,000 baht a month, which is, might be quite good. But generally, normal hotels and the ones that aren't those big brands, they'll be paying their general manager, 120, 130, 150.
That's still good.
Baht.
That's still good, though.
It's not for someone who's been a general manager back in, the US or the UK, maybe. But like I said, but even those jobs, they're hard to find. And then the other side, the other jobs that people come over, obviously, is English teachers. So everybody comes over and wants to go and teach English. And yes, you can go get an English teaching job, but again, salaries aren't great. I mean, they range from sort of 30,000 baht a month, which is about $1,000, up to sort of 50,000. If you're working for one of the higher international schools like Harrow, ISB, those sort of things, yes, you'll be on a better salary, but you it's harder to get into them. You'll need a degree in all of those higher places. There's a lot of schools that will employ you without a degree, but the Thai government insists that you should have a degree. So the ones that do employ you without degrees are probably doing it on a dodgy basis, and you don't really want to go down that route. So that's my opinion on getting a job here. It's difficult. Don't jump on a plane, come over here and expect to find work. So
but saying that, one thing I found, I worked for a large hotel group, and I was in Thailand for a lot of years working for this large hotel group, international hotel group. And what I would say is when you're there, it's a lot easier to stay in Thailand, because when I was working, I had sort of Thai owners approach me and say, look, do you want to come to Phuket and run this hotel? And I wasn't a top manager in the hotel. I was maybe, I won't go into it too much, but it's just when you're, because, when you get taken out there as an expat, they've got to pay tickets, holiday tickets back to your country. There's all sorts of packages, and it's quite expensive for them to do that. Whereas if you get somebody who's already working in Bangkok, like if I was working in a hotel in Bangkok and a smaller, say 200-bedroom hotel manager, the owner come along and said, do you want to come and work? Well, he doesn't have all them fixed costs. He just pays a salary and that's it.
I'll tell you.
Well, you know that because you ran a hotel in Phuket, didn't you?
Oh yeah, and I mean that's the thing. If you do get in the hotel business in Asia, then it's a lot easier to move around. So if you manage to get into a Bangkok or Phuket or wherever hotel, and you've got that experience, and you can then move to other hotels a lot easier than just arriving and trying to get it. And but I'll tell you one area that is really high in demand at the moment, or what always seems to be, is a chef. So if you're a head chef and you're looking to get over here, then yes, I mean hotels really need good quality, expat head chefs. That's always a position in demand. But yeah, Matthew, there you will struggle to earn £500 a week here in the UK. But yeah, I mean that's what £2,000 a month, which that's 80,000 baht. So I mean, that's
a bit more now, 86,000.
You wouldn't earn that if you were doing teaching jobs here. But then again, the cost of living is a lot lower, obviously. So when the salary goes a lot further, and a lot of the jobs come with all the perks, especially hotels. They may give you laundry, meal allowance, all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's my second question. There you go.
It's funny, yeah. It's actually leads quite nicely into the next story, because I've got a story coming out. I don't want to give it away now, so I don't want to tell you the stories this weekend. I've got 3 stories, but one of them's a success story. And the guy in there, if I tell you what I was going to tell you, then you're going to know which story it is, and I want to keep you guessing, so I'm not going to mention that. So I'll talk about this question, but not that video coming out on Saturday. Okay, so this question is: have you ever come across a success story with a bar girl and a foreigner? So in other words, all these car crash stories that we tell you every week, and has anybody just walked into a go-go bar, took a girl out, had a date? And they worked out as a couple. There was that guy. It doesn't happen too often, but there was that guy. Do you remember what was his name? He was a DJ, and he got a girl out of Hollywood at the time. Do you remember?
Yeah, I know him.
And then they went to live in Phuket, and he got killed, didn't he, on a motorbike? What was his name?
Yeah. Paul,
that was it. And he was a really nice guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a shame.
So I don't know. I mean, I know guys who have lived with bar girls, but they're all messing about. I've got to go back to my room to get changed, or well, they were living there, so they didn't have a room. But they'd say like, I've got to go and do something, and they'd go off for a short time or something. I mean, have you known any? We're talking about specifically bar girls now, Simon. Have you known anybody to walk into a bar and actually? I mean, I get guys write to me and say, it's not all bad news. I met a girl in a bar and been together 20 years. We've got 2 children, all that, but I haven't witnessed it in all the time I'm there.
It's like anything. There's always going to be the odd success story. So yes, I know a couple of people where they worked out well, but a lot of them no. I mean, like you say, if it's relating just to the bar business, because at the end of the day, it's like that. What's the classic saying? You can take the girl out the bar, but can't take the bar out the girl, whatever. But if it's unrelated to bars, then yeah, I mean, I know loads and loads of people who are married to Thai women, and they've had a happy marriage for many years. But
that says it all, doesn't it? The comments that are coming on screen there.
Yeah. Jesus, hard tulip. Sent her, what was that? Has sent her 1 million in about 12 months. Jesus.
God, I wish I was your girlfriend.
She's not hardcore.
I'll get that. Did that come up there?
Yeah.
I can't get it off now. Where is it? Yeah, she's not hardcore bar girl. She claims she's only been with 13 men. Yeah, I mean, let's not get into this. We could get into it, but no. So in answer to the question, have you ever come across a story with a bar girl and a foreigner that's been successful? So totally successful, like a real regular relationship, and she didn't do anything? No. The closest I've got to it is guys have met girls in beer bars, have lived together. The veneer of the relationship, as you could say, it appeared that it all was all gone well. She lived with him. They were happy. They went out to eat together, to drink together. But we knew from her friends what she was getting up to. They always want to. It doesn't matter how much money the guy gives her or sends a family. She's always going to want to supplement that income. And if she gets a chance to nip out for an hour or two in the afternoon and earn a couple of thousand baht, she's not going to turn that down. And I've not seen any couples where the girl doesn't do it.
No.
It's a shame, really, because there is plenty of positive relationships and they do work. But it's like I always say, a lot of people who've not been to Thailand, they'll leave comments and they'll say when they hear these car crash stories, and they'll say, oh, you can't trust Thai girls, they're all the same, they just want to scam you out of money. And what I always say to them, you've got to separate normal Thai women from bar girls, because they're two different breeds, aren't they? Normal, respectable Thai women, they won't even go back to your room, will they? So, and I'm not being derogatory towards the bar girls. They do what they've got to do. They're a lot of fun when you're out playing these games on the bar, but they're two different lots of women.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I just saw that comment come up with from Matthew, 5 million for me in 3 years, disaster. But yeah.
How do you get through 5 million though? Do you send it to her, or where is that? Where is that? I'm looking for that. Matthew May.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 million for me in 3 years.
Look at one of them stories you were telling. The funny enough, the one I was listening to today.
Peter, the school teacher.
The accidental girlfriend. I mean, he sold his house, sent the money over, and everything. Obviously, believing everything, and then turned up and she'd gone.
That was Dang and Peter. Yeah.
Dang and Peter, but blimey,
yeah, but not as bad as. Remember the one about you knew him, Thomas. My mate Thomas, but you knew him. He actually jumped off a balcony in Pattaya. He's a guy. He opened up the cafe. It was a shop house in Jumtien, and they opened a cafe downstairs. And he sent the money, and she didn't run away with the money, but they opened this kind of like bar in Jumtien with a little restaurant. And then once the family found out about it, they basically said, "Look, you don't need this guy." And then they threatened him, and he'd lost everything, and he was about 60, and he jumped off a balcony in North Pattaya, South Pattaya rather. But you knew him, Thomas.
Yeah, not good though, is it? Not nice to know for anything. But yeah.
Right, I'm sure we're cheering everybody up with this talk about people jumping off balconies. So you better go into your next one. That was the end of that one.
Yeah. Okay. My question number 3: is it easy to get a visa in Thailand, or should I get one before I come? So I mean, again, depends on what you plan to do. If you're coming over here as a tourist, then obviously, most of the countries you don't need a visa before you come. You get a visa on arrival, which gives you 30 days. If you're from the UK and some other places, then I think you can get like a 2-month tourist visa. So obviously you get your 60 days. Once you first arrive in Thailand and that 30 days or 60 days is up, you can then get it extended for another 30 days by going to immigration, and that costs about 1,700 baht, I think it is. But if you're planning and once you're here on those types of visas, so if you do arrive on a tourist visa, you can change it while you're here to a non-immigrant B or a non-immigrant O. So if you're going to open a business, or you're going to if you've got a job or all of this, you can change it while you're here. But if you're planning to come to Thailand for a job, it's probably easier to go and apply at your local embassy. So you take all your paperwork, and you can apply for like a non-immigrant O. So if you're married, you can go to the embassy in the UK or the US or wherever and get it there. But yeah, if you're from most Western countries, or not Western, European, whatever, the US, England, Europe, any places like that, it's pretty easy to change your visa here. And if you're coming to retire, then again, you can come here first. You can do a tourist visa to start with, and then change that over to a retirement visa, or start applying for it later on. So it's fairly easy. You see a lot of horror stories online of people moaning, saying how difficult it is, but I don't think it is. It's I've been here a long time, and it's never been a problem for visas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my third question. Yeah, is it easy?
So before we go on, I want to say thank you to someone who's very, very generous out there, Matthew May. I don't know if you noticed that when it came in, Simon. He's actually donated £99.99p to the channel.
Really?
Yeah. I was sending you messages through WhatsApp. You didn't see them?
No, I've got my phone on silent, because you always you always moan at me when you say I can hear your phone in the background, so I'll put it
All
on
right.
mute.
Okay.
I'll
So
put it
yeah,
on
look,
mute, and we'll have that on.
Matthew, that's really generous of you. That's the biggest super chat I've ever had.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
I hope it wasn't a mistake and you meant to do $9.99. But yeah, thank you very much. We'll have to try and think of something good to do with that.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll feature him in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
out for that in the future, then.
Yeah. All right. So was that it on the?
Yes, that was it for my third question.
Okay. Right. What's my next one? Right. You're going to laugh at this next question now because of what somebody said. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I don't know why I get these. They don't ask me about visas and the condos. Right. Where is the best place to meet a normal Thai woman? Well, no, it's just common sense, really, isn't it? I mean, I think it's better to ask the other way around. So where's the best place not to meet a good girl, which is obviously go-go bars, massage parlors, and beer bars and all the rest. And it's like your country, isn't it? There's no secret. It's just, it's like if they're not working in bars and that sort of thing, they're like normal girls. They have to like you. You have to strike up a conversation. You have to, take them for coffee or a meal, and it develops from there, doesn't it? But I think pretty much anywhere, really, shopping malls, anywhere where girls are working. I don't know. You're in Thailand, Simon. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the best place, I think, if you want to meet a nice Thai lady is definitely the department stores are great. They're always good. And, it's very easy to, the good thing is, if you want to get chatting to a Thai woman, then department stores are easy, aren't they? You can normally go around shopping for clothes and get chatting, and it's quite easy to break the ice. Whereas, if you're trying to talk to a lady who's in a restaurant or a coffee shop or somewhere like that, they're always very busy. But yeah, I mean, as you say, the thing is with Thai ladies, as Peter said, a traditional Thai woman normally is quite shy of foreigners, because one, they don't want to they know how much of a bad reputation there is between, that stigma between Thai ladies walking with a foreigner. Everyone automatically assumes she's a working girl. So a lot of the Thai girls, get quite shy about that because they don't want to be taken the wrong way. And I remember when I met my wife years ago, she wouldn't, we wouldn't hold hands in public, and we used to have quite a few arguments actually and I think you, Adam, as well, when you'd go into a hotel, you'd go into a hotel with your wife or, and they would say, oh, I need your ID. And they'd treat them like a bar girl, and you think, hang on, this is my wife, but they automatically assumed. So yeah,
it's not as bad.
Changed a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as that now, but I mean, so a lot of the Thai older, more old-fashioned girls are a little bit more shyer to go out in public and hold hands and show affection. They will anywhere else, but yeah, and they definitely won't wear bikinis and stuff. They're quite shy at the beaches and stuff. That's the other thing, hence why you go to the beaches and you see all of them in t-shirts, covered up and shorts on.
Yeah, what used to make me laugh when you're talking about going out and chatting up girls, when I first arrived into Thailand, I wasn't married. If you look at my channel, if you look at our channel regularly, my wife's from Korea, and I suffered the same problems when I met her in the 80s. It's the same in South Korea. When I used to go out with her, she'd get dirty looks, and people would assume she's a prostitute because she's with me. And obviously, she was working in the hotel that I was working in reception. And she come from a good family. She'd been to university and everything. But we used to get it, and it used to drive me crazy. And I used to have arguments with Koreans on the street. And I look back on it now, and I think I should have just ignored it. But what I was going to say about, on the question about where you could meet a nice girl, and you saying about the supermarkets and things. I remember before I was married, I must have only been about 30 when I was first in Thailand, so 30 years ago. And it was actually them chatting me up, not me chatting them up. So I mean, I remember one particular case. I went into Starbucks on Sukhumvit, and I said to the girl, I was just making conversation like you do in the UK. So she's pouring the coffee, and I said, "Oh, what time do you finish then?" And I was expecting an answer like, "Oh, I'm on till 10, or I don't finish till midnight." So I said, "What time do you finish then?" She says, say it was 10. She says, 10, you have time for me today? And I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, well, okay, but that's how it is there, isn't it? And in this story I'm going to tell on Saturday, I'll just give this little bit away. when he's on a dating app, one of the things he said in America, when you go on a dating app, you can put up an advert for yourself, and you might get, you can send out 100 messages, you might get 1 or 2 generic messages come back. But he said in Thailand he was actually overwhelmed. He put this message up, and he said something like, I'm not looking for sex, I'm looking for a genuine relationship, somebody to, because he was living in Thailand, not tourist, and he just got inundated. But that's Thailand, isn't it?
I think the good thing for us is that the Thai women do look at expats as a good husband or a good boyfriend. They have this opinion that we're gentlemen, we're a lot more kinder. Whether you're from the UK, US, Europe, they have this opinion that we're good, which is great.
But it makes you laugh. It makes you laugh when I even remember back then the bar girls. I said, why don't you have it? They all have Thai boyfriends and husbands, don't they? But they used to say, "Oh, me, no, like Thai man," a load of rubbish. But that's what they used to say, isn't it?
I must admit, though, like you say, there's always good and bad everywhere. So yeah.
Okay, and on this, I'll just put this comment up here. Robin the Chosen One, blimey, got a body like mine. If not, actually, girls who work at the hotel are quite friendly and have met all types of guys. They'll know if you're full of it. Yeah, I mean, they're not stupid, are they? Thai girls are not stupid. What used to wind me up is when you meet a tourist out there for the first time and they assume that they can buy any girl in Thailand. Don't matter whether she's working in a bar or she's a bus driver. For a fee, she'll come back with you, and total rubbish, as you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Oh, just funny. That Robin the Chosen One. The picture of his abs and you said your body. Have you seen in the UK? I don't know if you know him. That guy who sung. What was that song that they became #1 over Christmas? Something like about sausage rolls. We built this city on.
I've never seen it.
You don't know it? They got like the Christmas #1 for 2 years running.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
All right, it's a guy and his wife. It's really funny. You should have a look. But anyway, I saw his video the other day, and he bought one of these fake ab suits from China. So you put it on over your body, and it's like all these fake abs, and it's like a rubber latex suit. But it actually really looks really good. But if you want to look like that picture of Robin the Chosen One, you can get one of them from China. That was really funny. Anyway,
I look like that already. I don't need to get one of them.
Yeah. That's why you're just hiding that out of camera view. Yeah.
I tell you what, I put a lot of weight on during these lockdowns, and I keep going on diets, but it's so boring in the UK. The only thing to look forward to is a nice bit of food.
I know. I
do miss that was my
food. I do miss it. I do miss the UK food. The biggest thing I miss are the pies.
I send him a pic. I'd say every time I make it, I do like a lot of, my wife's Korean, so I eat Korean food, I eat Chinese food, and I eat a lot of Thai food, obviously. But every now and again, you like your own food, don't you? And sometimes I'll make a chicken and mushroom pie, some garden peas, Bisto gravy, and some mash, instant mash. Get it all on there with it, and I make sure the HP brown sauce is in the shot, and I'll take the picture, and I always send it to Simon, always. And one day, I went round to the fish and chip shop. I don't eat them very often, once every couple of months. And we were talking, and so I'm off to the fish and chip shops, and he was so desperate for fish and chips because I was talking about it. He actually went and made them from raw ingredients, didn't you?
I did. By the time, yeah, that's it. I mean, I was, after you showed me that picture, I was craving them. So yeah, I went and made me a beer batter cod, chips, mushy peas, great.
I don't like mushy
curry
peas.
Sauce. You don't like mushy peas? Blimey, call yourself a Brit.
I'm going to put Matthew's comments up there. Matthew, we're going to have to make you partners on the channel.
Oh, bloody hell, Matthew. Look, if you get another 100 thumbs up, we'll donate another 100, right? Hang on. Where's the thumbs up?
I don't think you'll get another 100 thumbs up because there's only 112 in the chat.
That's all right. I'm going to quickly register another 99 accounts.
Call everybody up there.
Yeah. No. Hello.
Yeah. So you got your number 4 there, or?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted then.
No, you don't.
Number 4.
No, limited time today, isn't it?
Yeah. Number 4, question 4. What's the best phone service to use if you want to call overseas from Thailand and data, etc.? All right. Well, I mean, I don't know about the UK WhatsApp,
and. We'll just use WhatsApp. It's free, isn't it? Or Line.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean,
Zoom.
but a lot of people don't. I mean, funny enough, there was a post in one of the groups the other day on exactly that question. There was they were doing business here, and what they said is if they're using WhatsApp or Line and all that, they can't use it for their internet banking. So some of these internet banking, you know, if you go online, they need to send you security questions, so you can't use that. So you do need like a Thai number or an international number. So so one of the guys there, he suggested Skype, because with Skype you can actually buy, you know, the Skype numbers. So if you need a +44 number, then they can send a text to that number and you'll get it via Skype. But again, if you want a SIM card over here, then now you got like AIS, which I use. They're really good. I mean, you can get a unlimited internet every month, and it's about 399 baht. And you can get different packages where you get so many minutes included. But and then if you call overseas, so if you're calling back to the US or the UK, you can put a prefix. If you call direct, it's quite expensive. It's like 17, 20 baht a minute. But you can put these prefixes like 003, 007, and it will bring that charge down to something like 3 or 5 baht. So
what's the answer?
So anyway, you got the best one is, for me, I think AIS is the best.
Yeah.
Because if you use AIS, you also you can get their AIS Play, which is like an app for your phone, and then you can get loads of international TV channels. So you can get Fox, you can get some of the sports channels, that sort of thing. Yeah. True Move, they're the second one, I'd say. Again, they have their True ID, which is TV, which is like Netflix. But yeah, but if you can, like the same that Paul said there, use Messenger, WhatsApp, Skype, and all of those are free. But if you really do need a Thai SIM card, just buy one from 7-Eleven or whatever, and get one of the cheap unlimited data. You do need your passport now as well. By the way, if you got you never used to, but if you got to buy a SIM card, they won't just sell it to you now. They need your passport to buy a SIM card. So
yeah. When I go to Thailand, I don't call anybody outside Thailand, but I have to make a lot of calls to you. And you know, when you I'm talking if you go there as a tourist now, not if you live there, but if you buy minutes, they seem to get eaten up so quickly. It doesn't matter. They say you get 100 minutes or 200. You never seem to get what they advertise. I don't know why. So what I do now is when I land, there's 2 mobile telephone shops in the actual airport where you pick up your luggage from. So I pick up the luggage, and before I even go through the airport, I'll go. Your phone has to be unlocked, by the way. I had a nightmare with the phone once. I had to go to Mabu Kong, 3,500 baht and all afternoon, but that's another story. But generally, I'll go to one. They're both as good as each other, and they'll put a plastic menu in front of you, and they'll tell you for 1 week you get internet, you get unlimited, and you can buy a package. It's not a lot. I think it's 1,000 baht for the best one because I like to use the internet. But all I'll do then is I'll call Simon on the phone, on the regular phone, and as soon as I call him, I'll say it's me. I'll hang up, and he calls me back because he's got 3 minutes on his package, or I'll call him on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
David,
Sean, are we ready for 4-0?
I listen to you every night. Love the stories. Did you talk about your animated story at the beginning already or not?
I just mentioned it very briefly. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And it seems to be getting some good feedback. Are you going to do a series of them or?
Yeah. So yeah, if you just joined us, you know, I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, we done one of the new animations for the channel and the stories. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a thing we're going to continue doing. And yes, I mean, there's going to be part 2 and you know, continuing on from Dave and Nat. And also we've got some of the other stories that are being converted to cartoons. So we'll do, you know, now we've seen the feedback, you know, and know you guys enjoy them.
Do you know what made it? Do you know what made it for me? Two things made it for me. So we're talking about this animated story. I sit there like a lemon reading these stories. Who wants to look at me for half an hour?
You're so handsome. You're a handsome man.
Yeah, what I liked about your one was you could engage with it because you could watch the animation. But I'll tell you what it was for me. It was a woman's voice. It was a Thai girl's voice, especially when he's on the phone and she's looking. Oh, you look so good. Just come here, you know. And you know, okay, Tilak, I understand you, good man. I mean, that's what made the video for me.
Yeah, there was quite a quite a few people said the same. They love the Thai the Thai
I
woman
know
voice.
who the girl is, but you're keeping that under your under wraps for now, aren't you?
I am
Making
at
it a
the
bit
minute.
cryptic.
I am.
Yeah.
She was
All right.
very shy. She was very shy to do it. So I thought, and she said, "Oh no, people know it's me. Oh, you'll love it. People will like it." She wasn't
Only
sure.
19. It's 19, isn't she, or 20, something like that?
Yeah. We'll reveal a
21.
bit
I don't
more.
know. All right. I forgot where we are in the questions now.
Well, like Sean said, 4-0.
Have we done it?
No. I mean, it was 4 decent questions to your
Is it my
decent.
turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. So let's see what number 4 is. Nothing to do with girls.
Is it anything to do with bars or girls?
No, right. Genuine questions. So these are questions that come in a few times, not just once. Right. Number 4. Do beer bars in Thailand have happy hours if I'm on a budget? Okay, that's a nice, clean question. Yeah, they do. You go earlier. I've mentioned this in videos before. For me, I like the Tilak bar in Soy Cowboy. Good air conditioning. They don't hassle you. It's quite a nice environment in there. But the good thing about there, you'll get a pint of Heineken for 90 baht, and it's a good, proper, cold pint of Heineken, or a proper pint glass. You know, not some stupid. But the good thing about there on the happy hours, say they end at 9 o'clock p.m. If you're in there and you had a beer at happy hour, say you went in at 8 o'clock, 8:30, they'll let you hold some in. So although the happy hour finishes at 9, the waitress always comes to you and she'll say, happy hour finishes in 5 minutes. Do you want another one? And you can say, get me 3, but bring me 1. And they'll let you keep 2 behind the bar. So you could all roads lead to Tilak. Thanks, Sean. So you can keep them in. I mean, you can't take the mickey. You can't say, well, I'll buy 10 because I'm staying here till 2 in the morning. They'll throw you out in your ear. But they a lot of the bars will do that. You'll say, look, I want to buy 3, but keep 2 in and I'll have 1 now. And they're quite good at that. But warning to you, big warning, if you're buying ladies' drink, there is no happy hour on ladies' drinks. A lot of guys get caught out like that. So they'll go in, it's happy hour. How much is my Heineken? Yeah, okay. And then what happens is a girl will come and buy me a drink and they think, normally 200 baht, it's only 100 baht. Yeah, why not? I'll buy 2 or 3. Bill comes, it's like this, and there is no happy hour for girls' drinks, and they don't go out of their way to tell you that. So be careful on that. But yeah, there's a lot of happy hours everywhere, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't think Stumble have one, do they?
I think
because they're busy anyway.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the places. I mean, what's really good is between like everybody. When you come to Bangkok, especially, that from 4 o'clock until 7, if you're driving or you're finishing work and you're trying to get home, it's mad. So a lot of places do that happy hour between, and this is normal bars, not the Nana and places like that, because they have them a bit longer. But if you go to a lot of the 5-star hotels or some of the normal bars on the roads, they'll have happy hour from 4 till 7 because they know everyone's finishing work, so you can get some really good deals. And then, like you were saying, no, I don't normally, but I mean, but when you leave, especially like if I go into Sukhumvit and I've had a meeting or something and it's like 4 o'clock, I'll think, oh, it's pointless trying to drive home now. I might as well wait until, or trying to get a taxi rather. I might as well wait until, 6, 7 and then get it, because I'm going to get home the same time. It's going to take, if I get a taxi at say 4 o'clock, I'm not going to get home till 7. So I might as well relax somewhere.
Obvious question. Why don't you just jump on the SkyTrain? Because that goes all the way to Baghdad, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it does now, but I mean, it used to be. But I mean, depends where you are. But
What's your favourite on Sukhumvit, for instance? If you don't want to go into a sort of girly type bar, just a regular bar to get a Guinness or something, what's your? I mean, I like the Huntsman underneath the landmark. I don't often got them kind of bars, but
yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, I used to love. Well, I still do. I mean, there's the one in down Soy 4. What's it?
Soy 4.
Can't pronounce it. Hanaran. Oh, what's that bloody? It's on the tip of my.
Yeah. The Irish pub.
That one. I mean, I love their shenanigans in Patpong, but if it's Sukhumvit, I used to love Hemingway's, the old one. It used to be right where a Sock Junction is. The first next to the Black Swan. The Black Swan used to be at the BTS, and then there'd be a little soy, and Hemingway was down. Hanrahan's, that's it.
Do you like the? That's it. Yeah.
Hemingway's has moved now. They got a new location. I haven't been there yet, but I used to love there.
Do you remember what soy is a German beer bar on? Is it 5 or 7?
Palana. Which one?
No, not Polana's. The one near. It's been there forever and a day. It's open all day. I think it's called the Beer Garden, or we've been there loads of times.
The German one?
The German Beer Garden.
Oh, you mean the outdoor beer garden?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The outdoor one. When you come out, there used to be the food court across the way.
Yeah, that's it. The
pool
and all the pool tables. Yeah, it was called the beer garden, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's in German pronouncing, is it? Yeah, Bullies is good, Darren. Yeah. Well, hi, Borat. I got my final, just before I get into that, I got my final jab. It would be fine if they let me go to Thailand without all the restriction and testing. Well, funny enough, Borat, I've just come back from mine. I got my second one today. So they said it's going to have some side effects. I haven't had any yet.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was talking about. The beer garden.
That's it, on Soy 7, yeah. Yeah,
but I mean, they're not the 18 in there, are they?
There's loads of good. There's a down Soy 20, 24, and 22 and all that. I mean, 24, you got
I like 22.
Now, no idea. That's quite a good. Well, it's a bar and it's called No Idea. So when your wife goes, "Where are you?" No idea. And there's a few other places down there. There's so many good places. Quite a few good.
Yeah, I'm an old buffalo. I like the old places that I've known forever and a day. I mean, that beer garden in Soy 7, blimey, they got some. I mean, no disrespect to them in there, but it's not the A team, is it? For sure.
That's it. I don't know how much longer that's going to be there. I mean, do you remember there used to be all the pool halls as well on the opposite side, all them pool halls. They've all gone.
I remember when you come out, there's a hotel there, and then I used to eat very, very often in that food court there. I used to like the hoi lai, the shrimp with the shells. Right, Bo Luke, you guys are getting the format audio flow down. What does that mean?
I think hopefully it means we're getting it right. Hopefully.
Oh,
improving on our.
Okay, well, if that's what it means, thank you.
But yeah, I mean, there's loads of good places now down Sukhumvit, and Do you find now you're getting older, like I am? I know you're 10 years younger than me, but you're still an old fart like I am. But do you find that you just like when you go into a go-go bar, it's actually kind of annoying being in there because it's so loud and girls coming up, what's your name, where you come from, the usual thing, or does it not bother you anymore? All right. Mind you, I say that, but look, when I go out with you, I say, I don't want to. But every time I go to Thailand, I said, I've had enough. I've seen it all. I've done it all. I'm not going to any go-go bars. Let's go somewhere quiet. And where do we always end up? Yeah, that's like every time Pete comes over, he says to me, right, I'll meet up with you, but I don't want to go into any of the bars. He's like, I'm not going to go in them. And I'm like, yeah, okay, where do you want to meet then?
I don't say no bars. Just go-go bars.
No, you say, I don't want to go in anywhere like that. And it's like, yeah, all right, then where do you want to meet? Stumble in or wherever, or that other one. And it's like, and that's it. After a few beers, it's like, oh, go on then.
We always meet and stumble in, don't we? And then I think we get a bit excited with what's going on around there. And then we jump in a taxi. You always have a fight with a taxi driver because he won't put his meter on because your tie's much better than mine. And then, when you go out with Simon, he always has a fight, especially late at night coming out of Cowboy because he goes to Bang now, and he always has a fight with at least 3 taxi drivers before he goes home. That's better than watching the go-go shows, actually.
They're just rip-off merchants, isn't they? I mean, the tax, that's the worst. That's the thing I really don't like.
Because you live there, it winds you up. It doesn't bother me now.
Oh yeah, you come out of the wherever you are, and then they won't put the meter on, so you'll say, oh, like even do you remember from Asok down to Soy 4? That's a 60 baht, 80 baht taxi.
I walk it now.
200 baht, and it's like 200 baht. No, put your meter on. No meter broken. It's like no, see you then.
Yeah, I mean, that. Do you remember when I come over to your place? I think I got 7 was it 7 or 8 taxis? I got in, closed the door, told them where you live, and they wouldn't put the meter on. So I said, fine. Got out, got in another one. I think it was 7 taxis, and the 8th one took me, something like that. I take the SkyTrain now.
Sometimes it amazes me because they'll, if they was to take the fares, it's like they'd probably get 5 or 6 fares, but instead they'll sit there for like hours and hours and hours getting no fares, and then maybe they'll get 1 if they're lucky. But I mean they're trying to stop it, so hopefully motorbike taxi, that's it. Taxi to London.
They are very convenient. The motorbike taxis, I take them, but they scare me to death. They really do, because they try to impress you, don't they, to get a bigger tip, and they weave in and out of the traffic. And in Bangkok, I think it's really dangerous. But sometimes you don't have any choice because you just want to be somewhere or get somewhere. So you'll jump on the back of a bike and just hope for the best. But
I love them. I love the motorbike. I mean, I always use motorbike taxis if I'm in the city because yeah, I mean,
they're convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't find that well, maybe I'm just used to bikes, but I don't get nervous on them. I think they're great, you know, zipping in and out, and most of them get everywhere so quick. And yeah, that or obviously the SkyTrain now, but yeah, motorbike taxis for me, I love them.
Yeah, just somebody brought up a good point here. Aaron, Grab or Bolt, because they have that in Thailand now, don't they? You've got the apps.
Do they? What's Bolt? I don't. Grab we have. I mean, we got Grab and Line Man and all that.
No, I've not heard of Bolt. Maybe it's a new one. Yeah, that's. I used to years ago. It used to really wind me up. I went out and I'd try getting a taxi and they wouldn't put the meter on. It's funny now. It's gone the other way. It doesn't wind me up now. When they do it, I just think, oh, another one. I get in the net. I used to get. Do you remember? I used to get really angry and frustrated, and you know, I think that guy, you know, it don't bother me now. If I don't even talk to them, I just say, you know, soy cowboy or soy Samsip Sam, so they, you know, I'm not just got off the plane yesterday, and if they tell me they won't put the meter on, I just get out. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, for me as well, what I normally, I was just noticing on one of their, who was it there? Someone was just saying, oh yeah, Bo Luke. Plus, I'll always tip the driver who uses the meter. Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, me too.
If I get in a taxi and they're you know, they're like, yeah, where do you want to go? And they put the meter on and they don't give me any hassle. I think that's nice. And you know, and normally if the meter's like, you know, 150 baht or 80 baht, I'll tip them the rest because, you know, yeah, it's they've actually done what they should do at the end of the day. But those the worst ones are when they won't, and then they also say, oh, it's so far, you pay me extra. It's like, no, it's like, you know, we didn't go that far. What the hell?
Matthew, you haven't. Good luck, guys. Keep up the work. We got the 50 thumbs up.
Wow.
I'm actually speechless.
Thank you, Matthew. Are you sure you haven't got a stolen credit card?
No, thank you's not good enough, is it? I mean, it's unbelievable. Wow. You've actually shocked me, Matthew.
Jesus, really,
I know.
really.
I mean, I'm not even going to say thank you because it's not enough, is it?
Well, we'll definitely have to put him in a cartoon now. We'll make a cartoon with you featuring Matthew May.
Matthew, you can be one of the guys, like when Nat's at, I don't know if you're going to have her in a beer bar one day, but Matthew can be one of the one of the secret, you know, I'm going to visit my mother, but actually Matthew's coming.
Yeah, Matthew can land and meet Nat at the airport. Hi, Matthew.
Yeah, let me just show that one because I agree with that.
Yeah,
okay.
Very generous, thank you.
Yeah, I really shocked actually, Matthew. Thank you. Okay, we better. That's really great. So we're going to carry on with the stream now, but there's not enough words to say thank you. But people are here to listen to the stream, so we better carry on. I've lost track. When I seen that, I nearly fell off my chair. But okay, so you're saying the taxis.
Yeah, what was we on about?
How you were saying about the meters and the tax. All right, so.
Oh yeah, no, where they expect.
Right, I'll just read Johnny Red. On my first trip, a bike taxi wanted 300 baht from Nana-Plaza to Soi Kai Bai. Obviously looked fresh. 300, yeah. Do you know what? To be honest with you, now if Simon and I are in Soi Kai Bai, because you know I was staying Soi 4, right down by the tobacco factory, the Nana Thai mansions or suite. Keep changing the names, but it's like a home from home. I know that sounds corny, but it really is. I know all the staff, and yeah, it's nice. But when we finish in Soi Cowboy, Simon takes his taxi at the end of Soi Cowboy. And I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of some of the things you got up to when we left. But I walk from Soi Cowboy all the way down Sukhumvit, 2 o'clock in the morning. You see some great things out at night. You know, everything crawls out from under the stones. And then I'll normally try and get another beer at the end of Soi 4. So I've worked up a sweat walking along Sukhumvit, had my arm grabbed every which way. And then... grab another couple of beers and stuff. If the bars are closing, there's always someone on the street selling a beer, and then walk all the way down to the hotel.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the same. I actually really like that walk. Yeah, That's down Soi 4. But I really like that walk from Asok and Cowboy, or even further up if you go, like Sukhumvit 20, 26 and all up that way, and then come all the way down to Soi 4. That's actually a really interesting walk. And if you know Bangkok really well, or you're used to it, it's amazing how much it changes in a short amount of time. I mean, I went there a few months ago and they had this new market on the left. It was called something like the indie market, and it was like a big garden with all these stalls and axe throwing, and it was really, really nice. And then 6 months later it had gone again, and now it's turned into something else. And the same where, if any of you know where the Black Swan was at the bottom of a sock, I mean, that disappeared, and then there was suddenly a big laser tag thing there, and then again within 6 months that had gone, and then this condos going up. So it really is amazing how much that strip changes. But yeah, I was just saying, looking at some of these comments coming in, that one from Aaron Hastings, who should pay the toll if needed on Bangkok, the driver or the customer? So yeah, if you ever do get a taxi,
I always pay it.
Well, it is. It's always the passengers have to pay it. So it's never the
Here's a top tip for you. Here's a top tip. If you don't, probably a lot of guys know this. I was just looking for one of the funny comments, but I can't find it. And just before I get into this one, let me just say, I am Joy. Do you boys ever chat about BJ Bar? No, not really. It's a bit too close to the bone, really, isn't it? But not that we're prudes, but it is YouTube and we're both married. So we don't want to get in trouble. But top tip for you, if you ever come through as a tourist from the airport, rather than coming out of departures, walk upstairs to the, rather than coming out of the arrivals, walk upstairs to the departures, because obviously all them taxis have dropped off and they're going back to Bangkok empty. So you can do a deal. I normally get a taxi anywhere between sort of 300-400 baht. I pay the toll. So I'll tell him, look, I'll give you 300 baht. And I say it in Thai to him, but you could say it in English. It's the same. But, when these guys are at arrivals, they know they're going to get a fare because they've queued up for an hour and they want to maximize that place in the queue. But if you just take the elevator or the moving escalator up to the departures, all them taxis are dropping off. It's a buy. So you can take your pick. And I honestly go all the way to Sukhumvit 300 baht, and I think I pay 70 for the toll. There's two tolls, 50 and 20.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. A lot of the taxis as well, when they know you want to go to the airport, they won't want to go by meter. So it's better to get the hotel to insist on getting one by the meter. But then I was just, that one from Taxi to Loy, he was saying he got annoyed getting to Don Mueang after having to take his suitcases out. And a lot of the taxis, they don't like to take the luggage. They've got these, actually they introduced a new law, I think it was, or a new rule about, I don't know, 6 months ago now. And taxis are allowed to actually charge you extra for luggage, which is stupid, and everyone was moaning about it. They were saying,
I bet they're taking advantage of it, don't they?
In these tough times, and in these tough times, you need all the tourists you get. So you want to encourage them, not put them off. So here they are, they're saying, right, we're now going to charge you extra for your luggage. And then last week, I just saw another announcement. They're now going to charge tourists 300 baht on arrival as a tourist tax. It's like, do you want that or not?
Yeah, I read that story, but that's not a bad thing, really, is it? Because that's to do with the healthcare. So if you get sick, because they're going to put it into a big pot, aren't they?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they were going to make everybody have insurance, which I think is good.
No, that's out the window now. The story I read is that what they want to do, and I think it's a good idea actually. So what that 300 baht is about £7.50, isn't it, or $8, $9, right? So what they're saying now is they tried to implement that you have to have the insurance. A lot of people can't afford to pay the insurance. So what they're saying now is every tourist who comes in pays a kind of tax of 300 baht. And if you get seriously ill, sick, and you get taken to hospital, all them 300 bahts go into a pot, which is going to become a huge pot. So if somebody, in theory, needs an operation, falls off a motorbike or something like that, then it's kind of like an insurance. But you've got to be a tourist, so you can't kind of live there like you do. And then you have an accident. If I went as a tourist, I had a tourist.
I think it's good if they're going to use it for insurance, because I mean,
I think that's what I read.
The one thing that I made a lot of mistakes on, and now I'm older and wiser. If you ever come here, make sure you've got travel insurance for sure, because I mean, if you have an accident on a motorbike or even food poisoning, they're not cheap. I mean, my mate Rob, I mean, remember Rob, who's down in Hua Hin now. I mean, he had he had a touch of food poisoning, and he went in hospital for like, I think it was 5 days, you know, and it's lovely, you know, he had a nice room, and he had the IV, and the nurse come in every day, the doctor come in, they gave him medicine, the food, and he was like, oh, this is nice. And before he went in, he was like, oh, how much is it? And they said, oh, it's 6,500 baht per night for the room. And he's like, oh, okay. I mean, that's quite steep already, but lovely room. But then when he came out, 5 days, his bill was like 80 odd thousand baht. And it's like,
Did he
what the
have any
hell's all
extras
this?
included in that?
Well, what they don't tell you is, yeah, every IV, every time the nurse comes in, every time the doctor comes in, every time you get medicine, every time, that's extras on top. And they don't
business,
come in
isn't
and
it?
well, they don't come in and say, oh, by the way, you need another IV. That's going to be 1,200 baht. They just do it. So when you
Yeah.
got to get out of the hospital, you get this huge bill. And we argued with him. I mean, we managed to get the bill down to 30 something thousand. And it took a lot of arguing. And we said, look, if you'd have told him this is how much it's going to be, he could have made that decision. But you just went ahead and done it without asking. And he hasn't got 80,000 baht to blow like that. And they did come down. But so travel insurance, definitely worth getting. So yeah.
I was very lucky because I never ever, all the time I was there, I never had any insurance, never. If I got sick, I paid for it. But luckily, I mean, I never had a motorcycle accident or anything like that. You know, I'd have the odd antibiotics for the odd cab.
3 accidents. I mean, this one, look, I mean, you can see this.
You went through a car. You went through a car window
screen, and yeah, I mean, I've had a few.
Mostly falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, definitely worth having insurance. I was just gonna read those out. Like, I am Joy. Why take the taxi from the airport when there's a perfectly good train? Yeah, 100% agree on that. Train is really
comment
good.
on that before. Yeah, sorry. One comment on that. Yeah, the train is very good and it's very convenient. It's very cheap and it's very quick. But if you've got luggage, it isn't always the best way to get in town. Remember, you've been on a 12-hour flight. You're really dog-tired. You might have a big suitcase, a laptop, and a handbag. You really want to lug that all the way through the train station. And I'd rather pay the extra few $100 baht and just get into town. You know, come out the airport, get in an air-conditioned taxi. But
if you're regular,
it is good. It's just personal choice.
Same, Aaron. I always take a picture. Yeah, same here. I normally take a picture because you never know. And there was one earlier I missed. Where is it?
What, they nick your phone?
Well, yeah, that. But
they
no,
drug you.
Especially late at night. I mean, my kids, when they're out if they're out and they get a taxi, I always say to them, take a picture, send me it in line, just so I know. You know, it's like, because you never know. You hear
peace of mind, isn't it?
Stories. And there was one earlier, I missed it. Where was it? Oh yeah, here, Bo Luke. Have you guys used Grab in Bangkok? Yeah, I use Grab all the time. It's brilliant. You know, you just put your location and destination, and it's really good. And you pay an extra 20 baht for the service. But yeah, I always use Grab. Yeah, so yeah, bottom line is I've been out of Bangkok for 40 years, not been back to Thailand for the last 5. It's changed so much. Yeah. City line to Phaya Thai, connect to BTS, 45 baht, very quick. Yeah.
I've never taken that train from the airport. Have you?
Yeah, I've taken it quite a few times. Yeah, it's quite.
It's only because I got luggage with me. I can't be asked.
Yeah,
if I just had like a small bag, I'd take it.
Straight on, really convenient. And now, I mean, now they've got the one. I tell you, the one thing they really need in Bangkok is, like when you go to London or England, you can get like a day travel, right? A travel pass.
You can't get that in Thailand.
No, that travels on that covers you on the underground, the trains, the buses. That's what Thailand needs, because what you don't realize is, like, if you're on the BTS, there's the BTS and there's the MRT, and they're two separate companies. And so if you buy a ticket for the BTS, you can't go on the MRT with that ticket. So you then have to go get another ticket. So what they really need is, you know, like a day travel. I mean, I've got a rabbit, what they call a rabbit card, which is like a pass. But again, I have to have 2 passes, one for the BTS, one for the MRT. So hopefully they'll sort that in the future. If you're listening, Thai government, please come out with a tourist travel card.
You'll probably get your door kicked in a minute anyway. The only time I used the MRT was when I had that. Remember when I used to import from Sampeng, Chinatown, all the jewelry stuff. You can't do it now. They said it all from China. But there was a stop. There wasn't a BTS stop near Chinatown back then. But the underground went right to it, and I used to use undergrounds. What do you call it? The BTR not BTR. What's it called? The underground again? I forgot.
BTS. Well, MRT.
No, MRT. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it. And I used to use it every day, and it was great. But I don't use it now because I don't go to Chinatown anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now they've opened up many new stations. Like from me, if I get on, I've got 2 stations near me. I've got Bang Hua BTS. So if I go from that to Sukhumvit, like Asok, I have to go from Bang Hua to Siam, and then change at Siam and then to Asok, and that takes me 40 minutes. But then if I go to what do you call it, Asok on the MRT, I can get straight on at the top of my street, and that's straight to Asok station, and that takes 20 minutes direct. So yeah, that's really good.
Okay, shall we move on from trains?
Yeah, so there you go. That's all the travel advice. Yeah.
Okay, all right. What number was that?
That was question number 4, I think it was, wasn't it?
Okay, so well, it can't be because you. All right, so I've done 4 myself. All right, so I'll do number 5 then, shall I?
Yeah, you can do your number 5 first if you want.
Okay, so question: how can you tell the difference between a real massage parlor and a soapy, naughty massage parlor? Pretty easy, really.
Go in and find out.
Go in and find out. Yeah. No, I quite regularly wanted a real massage, especially, they're great. If you there used to be a fantastic place in Soy 22 near Washington Square. It's all been knocked down now. And they had the old ladies in there. They had a pole on the ceiling. They used to walk on your back and all your muscles would crack and, all your knots would be taken out. But there's nothing like a real Thai massage. I'm not talking about the other sort. And there's quite a few ways you can tell. I mean, if there's, well, mind you, saying that, I think if they're, I think you have to try them, don't you? But normally the giveaway is the sort of people who are actually advertising the massage outside, isn't it?
Yeah, normally, I mean, like a traditional massage, like you say, you walk in and and you can see everything as soon as you walk in. You walk in the door and they've got all the couches there and everything's there, and the women aren't behind glass. Normally the soapy ones, you walk in and they're behind a big glass screen.
And they're all done up like the dogs, aren't they?
Yeah, like Bo said, prices and wardrobe for sure, yeah. And the traditional ones, yeah. I mean, they'll... The one, like I think you were saying, the painful one, if you have like a traditional Thai massage where they bend you and crack you, Jesus, yeah. They are painful.
I used to really like that one in Soy 22. I used to go there with my mate Sam, if you remember him. He because we'd go out to eat and you'd say, well, I'm not going to eat too much tonight because we're going out drinking, and there's nothing worse trying to drink beer when your stomach's full of food. So I used to try and have a small amount, but every now and again I'd go to somewhere really good like that steak restaurant down on Soy way down 24 or something like that. I forget what it's called. Biotto, I think it's called. Biotto, yeah, great steaks. And you'd end up having a ton of food. And so rather than go back home, but you couldn't really drink, or I didn't want to go on spirits, I'd go for a 2-hour massage. And by the time you come out of there, you weren't, you still had the food in you, but you were a lot better and you could take it slowly to start with.
Yeah. That's it. Did you see that, Aaron?
Yeah, let me show you, Aaron. I'll show you. Send it if you want to send it. Oh, let me just take this one off. Which one have you got on this? The comment, is it? That's it. Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, if you want to send a story, you can send it there.
That's it.
I've got some good ones. I've got some good ones coming this weekend. I've got a really humorous one, but it's really hard. I don't want to give them away. A short one is humorous. I won't say anything. But I've got a success story, believe it or not, on Saturday, one of the stories. And there is, of course, a typical Bargo foreigner car crash video, just for the guys who like the car crash videos. But there's 3 good ones this Saturday.
I'm surprised. Do they happen often?
We'll have to try and turn one of them into one of your cartoons, but they're a lot of work, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I will. I mean, yeah, I've got a couple lined up. So, I mean, the ones we picked out the other day, I'll turn them into a cartoon. And yeah, we'll get them up, because now we know people like them. Then we'll definitely make a lot more and hopefully keep you entertained, something to watch and listen to. So what have I got? Just to keep Sean happy. Yes, another sensible question, not related to bars.
I get all the naughty ones, don't I?
Yeah. I just have to be. Yeah, I just what one shall I do here? How about this one? Is it easy to get a driving license? That's a
No,
nice
never had
clean one.
one. Just drive.
Yeah, same here. I've been here now. Oh, nearly I don't know what's now 30 years, and I still haven't got my Thai driver's license. But
Do you remember that
but
story, the Chinese guys, the
which
car
ones?
rental? Do you remember that one years ago? There was a
No.
car rental place in, I think it was on funny enough. And one of the rules is you have to show your driving license before they'll rent you a car. And
Yeah.
four Chinese guys from mainland China, they went down to rent a car, and they said, "Well, we need to see your license." And one of the guys pulled out a piece of paper, and it was all written in Chinese, but at the top it said license in English and Chinese. That's all it said. Just said license, and the rest was in Chinese. So the guy working there thought, "Oh, okay," rented them a car. With about 45 minutes later, they get a phone call. The car's been totally write off. It's a write off, and the insurance wasn't going to pay because they didn't have a license. When they looked into it, save time on the story. When they looked into it and they translated, it was actually a license to allow them to fish in certain waters in their part of China where they lived, and they rented a car on that. So yeah, funny
Yeah.
story.
No, but I mean, 5-10 years ago, I mean, I would say, I was the same. I haven't got my Thai driver's license yet, and 5-10 years ago, it was no problem. If you get pulled over, I've got my UK license, and I'd show them that, and they never an issue. They would always give you a ticket, and what normally happens if you're in the wrong lane or you've made a wrong turn, you'll get pulled over, and they'll say license. Give them your license. They'll take it away, or you used to have to pay a little bit to end it there and then. But if they do confiscate your license, they give you a ticket, then you have to go to the local police station, pay 400 baht, and then you get your license back. So it's not bad. It's just an inconvenience.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
but you used
yeah.
to be able to get away with it, but now they are cracking down a lot more. And it is better that if you're going to drive here or come here for a long time and plan to drive here,
Can
then
I
it's
just
definitely
say,
better.
sorry, Simon? Can I just say thank you to David Quayle for a super chat there?
Wow, this David Quaif. Yes, thanks for that.
Yeah,
Wow,
sorry to interrupt, but I want to say thank you to all the super chats because it's very kind. It says obviously it's not as generous as Matthew. No, David, it's very, very generous. 1 penny is generous. I mean, we do really appreciate it. It makes it worthwhile what we're doing, and thank you very much. Sorry to
and we
interrupt you,
will.
Simon, but I didn't want to lose.
Well,
I
and,
want to
and
say
as he said, like if you see a Thai not smiling, could you please do something good and make them smile? We will, and we'll make sure we get it. I mean, that's something that we are going to be doing. Obviously, a lot of people want to see positive things happening in Thailand and helping people.
yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt you. What were you
Yeah. So
saying?
back to the driver's license. So again, if you come from other countries, you can get what they call an international driver's permit, and it's not your UK license. So if you've got your UK license, you do have to actually get an international permit. Um, Although when you do come here, they do recognise the international, the UK license and other ones. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, now there's lots of agencies that'll help you do your license, and it is worth doing it. I mean, it takes about a full day to go. You have to go there. You have to sit on a computer and watch the screen and go through a test, which is all in Thai. So you do need someone who can help you translate, and it's a bit like the motorbike license in the UK, where you watch a video and you have to look out for different dangers and spot the things. And do that. And also, if you have got a UK license, and I'll have to ask, I need to find out 100%. But if you've got a valid driver's license from another country, you can come here and take that with a couple of other documents and automatically get a Thai driver's license. But I need to double check on that. My friend's now doing it actually next week, so when he's been and done it, I'll let you know on that one.
Yeah, but like you, I've never had one. I suppose it's just luck, really, isn't it? But the thing is, I know it's changing a lot, but money's always sort of got.
The thing is, I think what's happening with Thailand is, yeah, they are changing a lot. They're trying to become more and more international, and I mean, like they were talking about introducing the point system. Very much like in England, where if if you get caught, you start off with 12 points, and if you get caught doing something, you lose 1 point or lose this point, and when you lost them all, you're banned from driving. So they
Well,
were
there's one for you there.
looking at introducing that, but they haven't yet. What color are the speed cameras, Simon? Are they easy to spot? Not
I've never
seen
seen one,
anyone
have you?
driving. Oh, yeah, I've been caught by a few speed cameras, and the thing is, it's again they hide them. Normally, they don't have them on posts in, like, again, in the UK, where they're painted bright yellow so everyone can see them. Here is some little guy hiding around the corner of a bush, firing a gun at you, and they get you. And also, now what they've got as well, you get them automatically sent through the post. I've had about 6 in the last year.
You pay them?
No, I haven't paid any. You know,
well,
so
you probably get.
no.
Well, what do they seriously? What do they?
All of them.
Have you?
No.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've never had one.
No.
So
but,
I mean, is it
now on the highway? Well, not just on quite a lot of the roads, they have little white cameras, and they look like CCTV. So you don't even know they're there. They've got little signs saying "warning speed camera," and you don't even know they're there. And then the next thing you know, you get a letter come through with a photograph of your car, your license plate, where you were, the time, and it's like you were speeding, 500 baht fine. So I mean, the thing is, you don't get banned. Like again, I know I keep referring to the UK, but I only know about the UK. I mean, if you get caught speeding there, what is it? 3 points on your license, Peter?
I was just reading out, Aaron. I will answer that. No, Aaron, just to cut in quickly with this one. Aaron, just say you're going shopping for a new pair of sandals or something. Right? That should solve that problem.
Yeah.
The
Aaron,
thing
when you come over, Aaron, we can all meet up, and we can all tell our wives, we're just going to go to Mabu Kong and buy some sandals and some t-shirts.
Well, I'm always, what was the question?
Speeding in the UK.
It's not standardized. It's not standardized. Whereas everything's 3 points. It varies depending on what you do. It can be 3 points for speeding, but it can also be 6 points. It just depends what you do. Yeah, 3 to 6 points, and you get 12 points. You'll get banned for a minimum of a year. If you get caught drinking and driving, you're banned automatically, normally for about 18 months. You can even go to jail for a few weeks if you're a persistent offender. So if you got banned for drinking and driving, and you just went out and did it again, and then they took your license and you drove while your license is revoked and you're drunk again, they can actually. There are people who've been sent to jail for 2 months or 4 weeks or whatever.
The worst thing I used to hate there was they had them average speed cameras. So they'd register you at one point on the highway and then register you at another. They get
but you know what it's like. Yeah, but you know, like what it's like in the UK. They just if there's a camera, they have 100 signs telling you there's going to be a camera, and there's a camera there. So because they're not allowed to issue a ticket if there isn't a sign warning you that there's a speed ticket. So generally, I don't speed now. I used to, when I was younger, like everyone else, but I don't speed. I don't have a need to speed. I stick to the limits. Not because of the law. Well, yeah, it's because of the law, but generally I drive slower than the speed limit. If it's 60, I'll look down. I'm often doing 50. I'm the guy who's holding up all the.
Thailand. I mean, for driving in Thailand, if you're going to drive here, you got to have your wits about you, because it's not like people aren't so polite here and they don't follow the traffic rules. So although there's 3 lanes, in most countries the left is slow, middle, right for the faster moving traffic. Thailand, they'll undertake you, they'll overtake you, they'll zip in and out of the traffic, so it's like you got to look all around you. And then the worst thing is the motorbikes. If you forget to indicate, you'll be coming down a road, you'll get to turn left, but you'll forget that there's a motorbike coming up on the inside of you, and that's it, you'll turn. And
well, you remember what happened to Sam, don't you? You remember what happened to Sam when he opened I said, watch the motorbikes. He ignored me, opened his door, and the motorbike went into his car door.
Oh, yeah.
That was at the end of the Soy. That was at the end of Soy Cowboy, the end where the ship was, not the other end, the Asok end, the other end. Well, they were building them apartments there. Sam was living in the apartment right at the end of Sukhumvit there. When you come out of Soy Cowboy, that apartment right there, opposite end to Asok, he was living there, but they were building new apartments. So I stopped where the new apartments was. He opened the door, and this motorbike went into the door. Didn't do a lot of damage, but it threw him off his bike. And the guy within 30 seconds, they coming off the construction site. We were surrounded. We were actually surrounded. And my friend Sam stuck his head in the car and he says he's asking for 3,000 baht. What do you think? I said, what do I think? I said, pay him. Let's get out of here. You know, I mean, we're getting.
I mean, I got rid of my motorbike. I mean, you know, in the UK, I used to ride a motorbike. I had my Ninja there, and when I came to Thailand, or a few years later, I bought a Ducati Monster, and I mean that's what 750 cc, and I've got my little moped that I always used to have, and I got rid of the Ducati because it's not you, it's the other idiots. And I mean, I know that's a cliche saying, but I'd be coming down the street, and you know, if you're on a big bike, you give it a little bit of throttle, and before you know it, you're up to 60 mile an hour, you know, and very, very quickly. But the problem is, you'll get some motorbike taxi, they'll just pull straight out in front. They can see you coming, and they just totally ignore you, and they'll pull out. And the problem is that most cars here have got the attitude, I'm a car, you stop for me. And they'll see a motorbike coming, they'll pull straight out. And if you're on a big bike, well, you know, that's it. You know, so and it happened to me quite a few times, and I just thought, well, sod this, it's too dangerous. I mean, I'm getting too old. The last thing I need is to have pins in my legs and everything else on a motorbike. So
there's a question for you there.
I just stick to my little Honda Click now. What's that? Sorry. Do you know the cost of motor insurance higher than the UK? Probably not. I mean, I've got a Chevrolet Trailblazer, and that costs me 12,000 baht a year for insurance. So what's that? That's what's that? $400 US. And that covers the car. So I mean, in Thailand they don't cover the driver, they cover the car. So anyone can drive the car. It's insured for, I suppose, what they call third party fire and theft. If I was to get fully comp, so it covers you for everything, it's about 20,000 baht a year for a Chevrolet, and that's the sort of it ranges from sort of 12,000 to 20,000 baht a year for most cars. So yeah. Hopefully that's
road tax for the bikes is what, 400 baht a year? You just get it from any 7-Eleven, don't you?
Oh, it's not even that. I think the road tax, a road tax. If you've got a little motorbike, then yeah, I mean the tax for a motorbike is like a few hundred baht, and your insurance for a motorbike is a few hundred baht, and you get I just renewed mine, and I think I paid 450 something baht, and that was for the tax and the test and everything. So so I was just gonna. There was a question there earlier I put up from Joy. Guys, you should move to, where was he say? PI. What's PI?
Yeah.
It's like the real Thailand was.
Is it not Vietnam, is it? PI?
I don't know. Is that Philippines?
Not Laos.
Or where are you on about?
Philippines. He's probably talking about the Philippines with PI.
Yeah. I was just having a look at there. It's all in we just missed some of the questions there. Lock them in the hotel. That was I enjoy. Would it be drive like an old man? I'm the same. Never that much of a hurry yet. I agree with that. I always take my time here. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, Sean says Philippines. Sean Lester, Philippines.
All right, yeah.
Lost in Australia, Philippines. I've been to the Philippines, but I don't think it was as good. I mean, I don't think there's any Filipinos watching, but the people are nice. But it was for me, I didn't find the local food was nowhere near as nice as Thai food. I found the traffic was horrendous, the pollution and everything. I just find it a lot easier. The infrastructure in Thailand is a lot better. Philippines, it wasn't a lot of guys live there. A lot of guys love it, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I went there quite a few years ago. I went to Manila and Cebu and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. But yeah, same. Hence why I think we're both here. We love Thailand. I love Thailand, and I wouldn't want to be. I lived in China for about 3 years, and yeah, Thailand.
Yeah, me too. I lived in China as well. Less said about that, the better.
Yeah,
but that was then, and this now is now.
Yeah.
Sean, he says, "How are you feeling after your injection?" I'm all right at the moment, but they did say to me, "I'll have worse side effects than the last time." But yeah, feel all right now. But nothing. I've had the 2 of them now. I've had the Pfizer one, so should be good to go.
Yeah. You missed it at the start, Pete. I was just saying. You've probably seen the news, but they were saying that they're going to start. They want to start the vaccinations here, and so they're on about in 10 days' time they're going to start rolling it out, and they want to try to vaccinate 8 to 10,000 per day, and now they're going to include foreigners in the vaccinations, whereas before they were going to exclude them. But yeah, so
yeah. David, can't beat Thailand food and people. Michael Whitaker, good morning from Southern California. Michael, as you've just come in, we'll put this up. We've put this up a few times. If I can find it, Simon put it up. There we go. There we go. Just so you know, we did. Was it? No, you were a member, weren't you? I'm getting confused now. Sorry, but anyway, hi to you, Michael.
Sean Lester. Only place I've lost weight was China. Oh yeah, I mean China is I mean, God, the food. I like China. I mean, when I lived there, I was in Wuhan and Harbin and loads of places. But it's a really fascinating place. But yeah, I couldn't live there for a long time. I couldn't stay there. Like in Thailand, it's just the convenience in there. And
I just found they weren't as friendly either. You know, they're just so friendly. And Hard Tulip, he said, Pete, not like in South Korea or China. Try North Korea. Do you know, all joking aside, I would like to visit North Korea. I mean. They do allow some people into North Korea, but obviously I'm not going to go there for the same sort of thing I would be having in Thailand, you know, it's laying on beaches and things like that. But honestly, I'm not joking. If there was a tour I could go to North Korea, I wouldn't take my wife because she wouldn't get out of there, would she, be in South Korea? Yeah. But I would, if it was a 1 week tour where we traveled around on the bus and stuff, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. Did you ever go to South Korea? I went there
I worked there, didn't I? Actually. That's how I actually met my wife. I worked there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she was.
It was really nice. I liked South Korea. That was we stayed in Seoul, and that was really good.
Yeah, it's different. It's like, you know, you're in the capital, weren't you? She comes from a town called Busan. It used to be called Busan. It's right at the south. It's a beach town. When I say beach town, don't think of it like Thailand. I mean, they have seasons, weather like we do. It gets pretty cold there sometimes. I met her. Cool, must have been. I think it was 89. I met her.
Yeah.
I always said to her, when you get to 40, I'm going to trade you in for 2 20-year-olds, but I've still got, God bless her. Yeah. Anyway. Westerners have North Korean online tours.
Did you ever get the flu? You know, I was there way before that. But yeah, blimey.
Yeah. Yeah, you went to South Korea, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that was you said you went to Burma would be a nice place to go after the situation. That's David Andrew. That's one place I haven't been to Burma, and I haven't been to Laos. And one place I'd like to go to because I've heard good things about it, but then other people say, "Oh no, it's all changed now because of the military." But Vietnam, I've heard a lot of good things about Vietnam, and the food apparently is very good, and foreigners can own their own business, own their own property and stuff. So that might be on the agenda one day. I don't know if I want to try new countries at my age, but.
The one thing I found is, like, I've been to the same. I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Cambodia. I've been to, you know, quite a few Southeast Asian countries, and definitely, I mean, they're all got their good points. I mean, Vietnam's quite interesting, but it's like, I don't know, when you compare it back to Thailand, you know, you just haven't got all the things. But
nowhere's like Thailand, is it?
No, but saying that, as you say, a lot of people are now moving and looking at alternatives because Thailand's becoming, you know, harder and harder. And they look at, you know, Cambodia's really coming up and Vietnam's coming up. Cambodia, I thought, was quite nice, and of course,
I've been to Cambodia. I didn't love it. Let me just this Lost in Australia. He says my friend lived in China teaching English. He complained about the food as it was nothing like the Chinese food we order in the West. Do you know, it's funny because when I went, I was saying, "Oh, I can't wait to get to China." The first time I was saying, "Oh yeah, I love Chinese food. I can't wait to get there." And you know, I lost 2 stone while I was there the first time because I was in a place called Dalian. I wasn't even in the capital, and all I ate every day because it was. I don't want to. I'm not going to say anything about their food, but I'll just tell you this: all I ate every day, twice a day, was plain white rice with a fried egg on top, and I lost 2 stone. It was just I'm a real fussy eater, and if it's something I don't like, I'll starve to death. You know. But so it's a good point. Yeah.
For me, I mean, I'll eat pretty much anything within reason. But I mean, Chinese food is quite nice. I mean, if you know, like Thai food, Chinese food is very similar to Thai food, but nowhere near as
I don't think it is. To be honest,
no, but it is. It is like, but nowhere near as delicious.
I think the quality.
Yeah, exactly. The quality. They have a lot of the similar dishes. They'll have the curries. They'll have the noodle dishes. They'll have the rice dishes. They have like a lot of the, stir-fried vegetables, seafood, but it's a lot more salty. They love really salty food, and they put a lot
the
of
Chinese.
MSG. Yeah, a lot of MSG, a lot of salt. But I mean, if you go to, say, I don't know, like Shenzhen and the seafood rest, they're the same like Thailand. They have all the lobsters, all the crabs, everything there, but it's very, very salty. And of course, they eat a lot of stuff. I mean, I remember I went there. That one, that hard tulip was then. So I was then going to tell you one of the stories. I mean, I was in Wuhan, and this was like years and years ago, before anything. This was in 1992, I think it was, or 90. But yeah, they had this market, and you would go down there, and there'd be cages full of dogs, cats, rabbits, anything you can imagine. And you'd say, "Oh, I'll have that chicken or that bird," and they'd literally pick it out, chop its head off, do it there. And I mean, I went there about 3 years ago to visit some of our suppliers, and we were in this restaurant, and this huge turtle, that was the centerpiece, this big, turtle.
Was it alive?
No, I mean, they'd cooked it all, but it was there. And then I just sort of jokingly said, "Oh, I haven't had dog for a long time." And about half an hour later, the guy come in with a big dish. "Oh, what's that?" And it looked like beef. And he said, "Oh, it's dog." It's, oh, Jesus. But yeah, but I mean, I like the Chinese food. It's just, like I say, very salty.
I had to walk out from a meal once. I nearly vomited. I'm not exaggerating. We were on one of these big round tables. And it was mostly foreigners, but there were a few mainland Chinese on the table, and they bring the food out on plates, and there's all sorts there. And one of the delicacies they had on one of the plates was chicken feet, and they eat them like you'd eat corn on the cob, and it was disgusting. I reached, I could feel. So I sit, and it's a noise that comes with it, like, and this chicken feet makes me feel vomiting, like just thinking about it.
But I mean, it's like, I was just looking at hard tulip again. Dog. Even in Thailand, some of the areas, I mean, the food they have here is, some of it is quite strange. I mean, in Isan, they have the raw beef in the soup, and then obviously they eat frogs. Yeah, they eat frogs, and then, I mean, you've got all these big, what they call the larvae, the worms, the big beetles, and all the rest of it. And then one of the dishes, I mean, when you go down south, they have all the ants eggs. So they'll have all this big dish with ants eggs and bee larvae, and yeah, you can get.
I'm sure there's a lot of people having their lunch at the moment, Simon, if you don't mind. I mean, I think I'll stick to the chicken and mushroom pie if it's all the same to you.
I was just saying, John Kwan, you guys know nothing about Chinese food. Yeah, I'm sure we don't. I was just saying, John, Chinese food is nice, I think, but if you know some good Chinese food, let me know. I mean, I do love Chinese food. It's just I found it very salty.
Yeah, I didn't like it, to be honest with
you. Yeah. I mean, when I went to Shenzhen, they had the seafood restaurant there. I mean, that's amazing. You go in there, and it's just full of life. I mean, you're walking around. They got the big snow crabs and everything else, and yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And nomad overseas, still no hope that I'll ever try balut in the. That's what you were telling me about. Half developed embryo of duck and chicken egg.
I couldn't eat that. I mean, when I was there, they tried to get me to eat it. And I mean, like I said, I'll eat most things. I mean, I've had, beetles and other stuff. But when they brought that egg and they crack, and you can see half the chick in the egg, it's like, I couldn't get myself to eat it. It's like, but it's like their national, or, it's one of the most popular dishes. Oh, yeah. John, Hong Kong. I definitely agree there.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I was in Hong Kong. But it's totally different, isn't it? You've got Cantonese and what's the other one called? The mainland and
I used to actually live in and work in Hong Kong.
You and both of us.
Yeah. Our company was in Kowloon Bay in Lam Lok Street, and we used to go out and the duck. The goose, the roast goose that they had there. The company I used to work for, the owner was Hong Kong, and he was doing business in Thailand, and he'd actually bring some with him. And I mean, the roast goose is gorgeous.
I like the food in Hong Kong as well. It's really strange because, you got Hong Kong, you got China, you think the food would be similar, but I just found it totally different. And yeah, the food in Hong Kong was great, but the mainland Chinese, I couldn't, I couldn't get around it to be but I am a fussy eater anyway.
I'll tell you, I hadn't been to Hong Kong for, I don't know, probably about 10, 12 years. And I went back there about 2 years ago. And before, I couldn't remember much of it. But this time when I went back, it was really amazing. We went to the harbour where they have the dragon boats and all that. And, went out on one of them. It's really, really nice, Hong Kong now. Definitely. I said I'm going to take the kids back when we go this, because I just went with my wife, and but I said to the kids, "You got to come because it's really nice."
What's your favourite meal in Thailand? Actually,
for me, my favourite. Well, there's so many.
Just name one.
Kapow.
If you had to pick one, yeah, everyone says that, don't they?
It's gorgeous. Kapow with a fried egg on top that's not cooked, and I could eat that every day. But if I was to say what's my favorite dish, I love Patpong gali. So it's like curried crab. It's really good.
Yeah, I know, that's nice. That's nice. You know what mine is, don't you?
Hoi lai. Yes,
yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of it. The thing about, if you don't know what hoi lai is, it's a small shell, and they stir fry it with a lot of chili and green vegetables, and it's really spicy, but it's good to eat with a beer. So that beer garden I was talking about, the German beer garden, opposite there, they had the food court. You could go in there later on and, get a couple of big bottles of Chang, get some of this hoi lai, you drink your Chang, it's sweating buckets, and then you're eating this hoi lai, and, I'd get through about 3 plates of the bloody things. But really. But I noticed over the last few years, the portions have got really small. When I used to order it before, you get a plate, it was overflowing with this hoi lai on a big plate. And now they've reduced the size of the plate, and it's like it's a bowl actually. There's a couple of handfuls in there. It's not, I suppose they're trying to cut down on their costs.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we've got into the habit of now is our routine on a Sunday is not normally our Sunday route we'll have in the morning we'll get the what they call gayang, which is like a grilled chicken with sticky rice. So we'll have grilled chicken and sticky rice for like the morning breakfast brunch or whatever. But I love that.
You do a lot of cooking though, don't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, then Sunday afternoon is it's got to be a traditional roast dinner, English style, Yorkshire puddings, dumplings.
I used to like do you know when you come out of Soy 4 and you cross over, there's kind of like an Arab quarter there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a place down there you could go any time of the day. It was open literally all day, and they had all these bambaris, and they had a lot of curries, Indian curries and rice, and really fresh naan bread. And after a night out on the beer, and you wake up late, it's now about 2:30 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I used to go there, and fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, I remember there. And then
why I stopped going?
Why?
Because I went there the last time I was there. They're knocking down some of the shops, or they're doing a lot of repairs. I walked down there, and the whole air was covered in dust and brick dust and cement dust. It's all in the air. You could see it. You could smell it. It was irritating the nose. And this food's open. And I thought, I ain't having that today, which was disappointing. One of the oldest.
Go on. I was going to say, David was saying we're making him hungry. Oh yeah. Talking about food.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Indian restaurant on Soy 3 opposite the Grace Hotel? It's been there for probably 30 years, 40 years.
I think me, you, and Sam went there a long time ago.
That's like a real English Indian curry, if that makes sense. Like if you went to a curry house in England, the sort of curry that you get is the same as, well, that one in Soy 3 was the same.
Yeah. I always remember, like you say, the late nights.
Yeah, hang on. I've got to go and get the postman. I've got see him on my CC. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh yeah, he's bringing you dodgy parcels. Peter's doing a run. So yeah, I mean that used to be my my favorite thing after a night out. In Hua Hin, there used to be, and if you've ever been there, the famous Binta burger, that was great. The nice juicy burgers at the end of the night. But if you're in Sukhumvit, it used to be always come out at the end of Soy 4, and there'd be the burger van at the end there, or in Nana. There used to be the little kebab van right outside. So after a night on the lash, coming out, and that was it, a good kebab before the taxi ride home. So yeah, definitely getting hungry now.
Postman.
Something good?
I got CCTV and I could see everywhere.
You don't?
It was a brown plain box with private on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, not really. It's just a sign for.
Taxi.
Yeah, where are we?
Taxi Kaloy, missing my lap moo. Call yeah. Saying, "Call, I'm
I'm
getting
going to
really
have to
hungry
run
now."
soon, Simon.
Yeah, well, I think how long we've been on now?
Nearly 2 hours. I think I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. I don't know if you want to hang around. I've just got to. I've got some stuff to do.
Same.
Food
Well,
delivery. David said it's food delivery for Peter. I wish.
I've got to go pick up the kids shortly. So
All
yeah.
Right. Robin the Chosen One. Have you guys had pal curry in England? Spiciest curry in the world? No, I've not had that one. I'd like to try it because I do like spicy food. The one I normally have, obviously none of us have been out to any restaurants in the UK, but if I go in, the one I always order is the Madras because that's the spiciest one of the spiciest ones. But what annoys me about the UK is if I go into an Indian restaurant, I say make it really spicy like you guys eat. Yeah, no problem. And it comes out and it's really mild, and I say, come on, guy, I asked you to make it really spicy. And what it is, they think. They don't know you can eat really spicy food. And they make it spicy, what they think will be really spicy for an English guy. So they put a little bit of spice and think, oh, that'll burn his tongue out. And that's the biggest problem I have. I can't get a really spicy curry in the UK because they look at me and think, well, he won't be able to handle it. And they're scared I won't eat it and I won't pay for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten durian? Do you like durian?
The smell of it makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I quite like it. My missus loves it, but yeah, it's if you don't know what it is, I'm sure you all do. But it's that great big fruit that looks like a giant conker. It's
smells like shit.
Huge, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you cut it and it smells like a pair of old smelly, sweaty socks. But
and you like it?
I love it. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, if you like,
you're not a sadist, part-time sadist, are you?
No, but I like. For me, I love Stilton. Stilton cheese. And if you love,
I like Stilton. I like Stilton.
Durian.
Yeah.
If you took a banana and a bit of Stilton and mashed them together, that's it. That's durian.
Yeah. Right. I think I'm going to have to shoot off. I mean, it's nearly 2 hours now.
Same here. And thanks everyone for joining us again. And hope you enjoyed the midweek live stream. I know it's awkward time for a lot of people. Yeah. And thank you for all your comments on the cartoon. I'm glad you all enjoyed it, and there will be another one up. I'll get it all done hopefully by next. Well, it will be by next Wednesday. So there'll be a brand new cartoon for you,
and I got
featuring one of our guests today, Matthew.
Yeah, and I've got 3 of my regular stories on Saturday, as I've already said. There's a car crash story in there, car crash, a success story, and a humorous story. I won't be here for a live stream this Saturday because it's going to be too much now, isn't it? I'm doing it in alternative Saturday. So the next live stream will be next Wednesday with Simon and I, and then that Saturday I'll do one by myself as well. But there is 3 stories, like I say, this Saturday. So, okay, I think that's it, Simon. I'm going to have to wrap up. I've got some stuff to do now.
Yeah,
this afternoon here in the UK.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Matthew. Thanks to David. Really appreciate that, guys. And we'll see you all again soon. Thank you, everybody. Take care.